I discovered my sister's blog revealing years of family secrets.
Backed up trauma.
Backed up trauma. Basically, what had happened was my sister has a blog. It was sent to me by a friend who was asking if one of the characters was me. Spoiler alert, it was me. It's a couple years old and really popular. She doesn't use her family's real names, but they're very similar and use the first same letter. So think real names, Katie, Julia, Marissa, and Brad, then the fake names being Kathy, June, Marnie, and Bob.
Oh, dude, thank you for explaining that. I was having trouble keeping up with that.
It's descriptive enough of our lives and what we do for work that my friend identified me from it. It's mostly about her and her life, but there's still a lot about us. A year ago, I had the lowest point in my life so far, and only she and my husband knew about it. She swore to me that she would take the secret to her grave. Yeah, she dedicated the whole entry to it.
Oh!
By the way, this comes from Problem With My Sister, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley and have no sisters.
I'm Dakota.
And we're here to get some good advice, Goofly. But guess what? We don't have all the answers. We only tell you what we would do. But let us know what you would do in the comments.
Riley, you know what they say? If you don't know who the sister is, it might be you.
Oh.
As Opie says, a couple months ago, she and her husband got laid off due to world events. Oh, I was like, world events? Like what? I thought...
World Cup?
Yeah, that's what I thought, Olympics. I run my own business that wasn't really affected, and I offered her a job to help her out. She's not qualified in my field, so I essentially made up a position for her so she could have a steady paycheck.
Oh, you're so nice.
She basically does data entry and other random tasks online from her home. Her blog since then has basically centered on how much she hates it.
Oh my.
She called it demeaning work and says a bunch of BS about how I obviously don't respect her intelligence. I say this is BS because 1, she would need years of training to work any of the open positions, and 2, I told her what she would do when I offered it, and she gushed about how grateful she was and that I was really helping her.
Oh, wow.
So she's a liar.
I also got to say, she's saying you're insulting her intelligence, but I think complaining about your job on the blog your boss has access to is not very smart.
Yeah, sharp one she is. Also a snake.
I called her and told her what I had read and how hurt I was. Her defense is that the blog is her online diary where she vents and that I should know not to take any of it personally.
Well, then make an email list.
What? Like an email list?
Yes.
What is that? What is an email list?
You know how you say, hey, you know how like you go to a store, hey, would you like to have some coupons? Give me your email. Then you get those random ads all the time from that company.
Yeah.
That's an email list.
Why would she need to do that?
Because if she's on an email list that's not publicly out there, it's just sent.
To the people.
It's just sent directly to the people.
Got it. Okay. She actually had the gall to tell me she's hurt that I read it. Apparently, the right thing to do was ignore it. I told her off for telling the internet my secrets and dragging me online where I could be and was found by people who know me. She just said she did all her due diligence by changing the names and it wasn't her fault my friend found it. We argued for a bit, it got increasingly heated, and I fired her.
Oh!
Yikes.
Dude.
Uh-oh.
Gonna be missing that job soon.
I told her that if she couldn't apologize or see how she was wrong here, then she wasn't who I thought she is, and she could find a job where she felt more respected. It's been a week, and I haven't spoken to her at all. Her husband has been contacting me on her behalf, trying to get her job back, as they need the money. He claims she is sorry, but I think if she was, then she could tell me herself.
Yes!
My husband is telling me I'm overreacting and that she's family and I should just forget it. I don't agree. Am I the a-hole here? There are some comments.
Through very muddy waters, yes.
What, you think she's the a-hole for firing her sister?
I mean, if you can't see clearly, yes. But if you can see clearly, no. Or, since it's still June, queerly.
I mean, please.
Thoughts?
Thoughts?
Man, that was a quick June.
Really was.
That was a quick June.
No summer things.
I agree. I didn't do like really any.
You
Wait
did
a
beach
minute,
volleyball.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, we did. We did do a summer thing.
All right, beach volleyball.
We did. We had a beach volleyball
Once.
session.
It was fun.
That was really fun. I want to do that
know, I
again.
loved it.
I found that pair of sunglasses that was for free.
Yeah, that are
Oh, dude,
disgusting.
did you find the volleyball too you guys missed? Or any
No.
netting or anything else?
No.
Dude, I did a bicycle kick.
No way.
Yeah, I did a successful like soccer style
Like,
bicycle
boom.
kick and served the volleyball
I-
back over the net.
I just
Yeah.
love what volleyball brings to the table.
And they got.
Anyways, so I think that OP is not the a-hole here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're the a-hole because you didn't do anything but trust your sister. You know?
Yeah, who is a backstabbing, blog-making person of a commotion.
Hey guys, we're gonna get back to the stories real soon, but I have to know. Sophia, what are you doing?
I'm gathering all my worms for the early bird special.
What are you talking about?
The early bird special for the OK Storytime live show, where tickets are $10 until August 26th.
Okay, Storytime
I'm
Live!
the ugliest person in the entire world.
Oh, so this is exclusive head.
What? No way!
Yep. Go to okop.show to get tickets early.
Person of a commotion.
Yep, you heard me.
I'm trying to roll out word. If you want to call anyone something that's rude, you just say
You word.
just say shut up. Word.
He's
Dumb word.
just getting to the basics of humanity right there.
I'm stripping it all down.
All right, well, we
All
have
right.
some comments here.
All right, Hume.
Comment number 1. Frankly, even if she really is sorry, would you put up with any other employee witching how much working for you sucks online? Or would you fire their butt? OP responds, that's my mentality. If I found an employee posting online about how bad a boss I was and how much he hates his job, I would show him the door.
Yeah, can you just imagine if any one of us had like a secret account where we just like talked about like that we hated OK Storytime?
Yeah.
I could not imagine.
Do you think that
Oh.
do you think would that be a fireable offense? Should I take down my blog? That's what
First, send it. We'll read it on the
I
show.
got. Send it.
Second, we'll go from there.
Yeah, only
If
if
it's
it's like an art project, you know, if
If it's ironic.
yeah, if it's ironic.
Yeah, I could write 100 pages of why this place is just the worst thing ever. Starting off with number 1, everyone's funnier than me.
Aw.
Really?
I hate it.
Do you think that?
I
That's
come
funny.
here every day trying to put forth my best effort, and everyone just comes off naturally, and
I
it's
think
the
you're
worst thing
funny.
ever.
Riley, you're literally a stand-up comedian.
I'm trying, so then I do this
I've
on the
seen
side.
it. It's good.
I
You're
do this on
good.
the side to prove to you guys that I'm more than just a talking head.
Aw.
Number 2, people think they can just dress however they want. That's another thing I have an issue with around here.
Think they can dress however they want?
Yeah, man. Sometimes I want to wear the same thing that you guys are wearing, and I can't do that because you're already wearing it first. You want me to keep going?
That's just called style. You wanted to wear my outfit today?
Maybe. We
You've
can
got a
switch.
good sense of style, Riley.
I try because I'm trying to keep up with you guys, okay? It's hard around here. Number 3, I'm always hard around here.
Hard at work.
Yep, always hard at work.
I'm always hard around here. Me too.
I'll keep going. I'll keep going if you guys want.
I am bricked up right now. Comment number 2, info. Does she have her name on the blog, or did your friend find it because of her close relationship with your family? OP responds, her blog name is just a fake name that shares the same initials. My friend who found it is an old high school friend I'm not that close to anymore. Anyone that knows me now or in the last decade could probably connect the dots if they read enough of the entries. I think the blog got a lot more popular since the pandemic has everyone on the internet more. And the more popular it gets, the more chance someone else will find it. It's just a public blog. Anyone could see it or find it on Google.
Dakota Bot, can we find the blog?
Oh God.
She literally just said anyone can Google it.
Okay. Wait. What was the name?
We don't have the name.
She literally just said
It's just her
anyone can
initials.
Google it. So just Google it, dude.
Okay. I'm on it.
Thank you. Thank you, Dakota Bot.
Comment number 3, some more info. Did you go through official channels to hire her? OP responds, yes. She is in a probationary period, though, and I have full legal rights to fire her.
I think probationary period means like that you can pretty much get fired
You
for
can-
anything.
Yeah.
So guys, a probationary period is a status given to new employees and trainees of a company or business or organization. So basically, she's like a new status. It's like a red shirt.
If it doesn't work out, they can just be like, "There's the door."
It's like a red
It
shirt.
is like a red
in
shirt.
college.
A red shirt.
Yeah, red shirt in college.
Oh, yeah, college sports. I was thinking Star Trek, and I was like, I guess that makes sense.
I knew someone who had a red shirt. OP responds, yes. She is in a probationary period, though, and I have full legal rights to fire her. Additional details from OP in the comments. Will it impact sister's finances? OP responds, to clarify, this won't make her homeless or anything. They have savings that they'll be forced to dip into. I am basically just putting her back into the position she would be in if I had never offered her anything.
Which is homeless.
No, it's not homeless. It's basically like she just has to, be more careful with their money because she's not working like any other person.
Just can't spend money.
Yeah.
Thus making her.
She has a home. Why? What does her husband do? That they don't have enough money from him either?
He's jobless. That's what I heard earlier. Please prove me wrong.
Yeah, they're both unemployed.
That's a fun household. Will this impact the business? OP responds, what this post is really making me realize is how screwed I am if any of my other employees or a competitor finds her blog. It's on there forever now. Not only my secret, which a competitor could use to hurt my business, but my whole life from her perspective. I just can't believe she doesn't see how it affects me. The friend who sent it to me isn't even a close friend, just an old high school friend. She now knows about my darkest secrets, some embarrassing stories from my childhood that involved my sister, my parents' marital issues, how I met my husband, and so much more. I just feel so sick right now.
Okay, let's be real here. Is it entertaining? Is it good content? If it is, can we blame the sister?
I mean, this kind of is, I was just listening to it this morning. I know you don't really like the Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. She calls out a bunch of her exes in that.
Stop, really?
Yes.
Like who?
Literally everyone.
Petey Boy?
Yes.
What'd she say about Petey Boy?
She says all the names in the beginning. She said, almost got married.
With Petey Boy?
Yeah. And then says, but I thank Pete.
What did she think of Pete?
She just thanked him.
Oh.
She was like, almost got married, but I thank you for that. Whatever. She thanked all of them and said, thank you.
Did
Next.
she say something about Mackie Boy?
Yes.
What did she say about Mackie
She
Boy?
said, wish I could say thank you to you because you were an angel.
Did you guys
But
now he's an angel.
That he was an angel.
did you guys hear about what she did to Petey Boy?
No, did she cheat on him?
After they broke up, she spread a rumor that he had like a massive hog, but he doesn't.
So what she did was help him?
No, she set him up for disappointment in perpetuity.
I don't think that's disappointment. If you
Well, I think he has a wife and a child now, so I don't think it really is. Yeah, I don't think that matters. But it's
Wait,
just
he
a
has a
funny
child
thing.
now?
He talked about it in a stand-up bit.
He has a child.
Yeah,
With who?
his wife.
Mia Goth.
He has a wife. I don't know anything.
He's not married to Mia Goth.
Oh, wrong guy. Wrong white guy.
Wrong white guy.
I get them mixed up sometimes.
I like Cowbot says, I can't find the blog. I just keep finding links to the story. LOL.
Yeah, there's
I know.
like 50 links to this story.
This is the worst. We'll
Dang.
find it soon, though.
All right. Let's get back.
Can you keep going?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do the parents know? OP responds, my parents don't know yet. They asked why I fired her, but I just told them it was between us and they backed off. I'm terrified they'll find it, not only because of the secret, but she posted a lot of stuff about them and their marriage issues. It could implode the whole family. On Family Dynamics, OP responds, my parents have taught us our entire lives that family issues stay in the family. Along with the secret, she talked about our parents' marriage issues and all the other private moments and the little fights we've had over the years. It feels like an expose on our lives. They would absolutely freak out to see all of that out there for the world to see, and there's way more about them and her relationship with them than there is about me.
Look, dude. Therapy's expensive, okay? Some people do comedy. Some people blog to get through all these things in their head. I'm honestly not seeing an issue. If she kept you safe, but whatever you put out there will be shown. So you have to be careful with what you want people to hear.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, she did post on the internet, so obviously people are gonna, it's not like it's a private blog. This is public information, anyone could look it up and whatever. But the thing is, who's really gonna look it up? That's the risk she took.
Yeah. Helen Keller can't look it up.
And apparently no one else can because we have yet to find it.
Yeah, you're right. We're all just Helen Kellering this blog, trying to find it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you can, since she was on the probation period, technically you went about it the legal way. You could just fire her, willy-nilly. Why not? For any reason whatsoever. And you did, and, that's the choice that you made. And if you feel like that's the right choice, then don't question it.
Yeah, stand on that business.
Stand on that business, girl. What about this post? That's true, because OP is now also posting to the internet about this, so...
Therapy's expensive.
OP responds, there is a huge difference between this post and her blog. My post is on a subreddit where no post remains active for more than 24 hours. Then it's lost to the thousands of posts made every day. It has no names, no identifiable information. Her blog has hundreds of entries over the course of years. It contains storylines, reoccurring characters, and is followed by tens of thousands of people. There is enough detail that it's without a doubt me and my family to anyone who even kind of knows me or my parents. If she found this, I wouldn't apologize and I wouldn't feel hypocritical. It's comparing apples to oranges. Okay. Edit. After reading a lot of the responses, I have become more and more sickened by this situation. I sent my sister an email detailing how much damage this is doing to me emotionally and could do to me financially and professionally. In the email, I'm asking her to delete all entries in her blog that include private details about me, my business, or our family. I'm giving her an ultimatum. She can do as I asked, delete the entries, and I will consider it water under the bridge. We can move on with our lives and try to repair our relationship. Or she can continue to ignore me, keep her blog, and consider me out of her life. We can see each other at family events and keep things civil, but I will no longer share my life with her. She won't be an aunt to my future children or a real sister to me. I'll update if and when she responds.
Okay, so we can either make money, still have a family, or pursue a content career, maybe make money, and have no family.
I mean...
What are we feeling here? Because you could monetize this if you did it right, and you didn't do it right, so you have no money. So imagine she had a blog, she got sponsored by, like, who would she get even sponsored by?
I don't know.
BetterHelp.
BetterHelp.
This post is sponsored to you by BetterHelp. 'Cause
BetterHelp.
Therapy's expensive, and I'm telling you why I should go to therapy.
It's a hard situation, because to me, I'd be like, oh, whatever. Like, I wouldn't care so much.
Really?
But I'm also an open book.
Really?
Yeah.
She talks about everything on that blog.
I'll talk about everything on here.
Oh, by the way, my sister Sarah just got with a new boy thing, and she said that she was watching Robin Hood Men in Tights and took off that boy's tights during the middle of it. Stuff like that. Everything that you do is put on a public record. And you're okay with that?
I'd probably say it anyway, so...
I mean,
I
you've
don't know.
already said, like, the egg, the rat. There'll be more.
I'm going to share my information because I think it's cool and everyone should know.
But you don't have in this scenario, you don't have a platform.
I
where you
think my
share like
car
this.
egg is cool, and everyone should know about that.
I brought 4 eggs and a kiwi yesterday for my lunch, and today, guess what? Did it again. 4 eggs and a kiwi. Come on.
All right.
Come on, who's she?
Well, I'm glad you feel that way.
Yeah.
Me personally, if it was my brother and he was bad-mouthing me, I'd be kind of sad.
I mean, well, bad-mouthing me
That's
is
what's
different.
happening. That's what's happening.
guess,
She's
yeah, she
bad-mouthing.
is bad-mouthing.
She's saying, I hate the job that you freaking signed me up for when I had no money and no employment, and I hate it.
Yeah, I guess she is being ungrateful.
There we go. We got to her. We got her.
Yeah. Recipe blog, but instead of 9 paragraphs about how much they love their family before any mention of ingredients, it's a family roast.
Katie Pollinson, therapy is expensive, Riley, but I chose to suffer with my issues versus airing it all out on a blog. We have the OK Storytime subreddit. It can help you. It's done wonders for me.
Wait, Kuro Love, OP is really nice because she could tell the parents totally blow this up. That's true.
It's true, but she's making this post, and the parents might hear from us.
Yeah. I mean, ultimatums are just, I don't know. Obviously, nobody really likes them, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So, I don't know. I'm up in the air about this. I'm kind of on both sides.
She's bad-mouthing that. That's why I'm against it.
Yeah, I guess. I would have to read it. Edit number 2. She replied to my email asking me to FaceTime her tomorrow. She wants to talk after we both have had the night to cool down. I agree with her as I am pretty heated right now. We'll update after our talk. Update! I talked to my sister early this morning. We had a really productive conversation. I won't go into too much detail since it was a long and emotional call. The reason she had not reached out during the week we weren't talking was a bit surprising. It turns out her husband knew about the blog but had never read it at her request. After our blow-up, he wanted to see what had made me so upset. She allowed him to read some of the entries and he ended up signing with me.
It's that bad.
Oh.
You change your mind yet? Your own
I guess
partner says this is bad.
Yeah, then I'd be like, ugh, fine, whatever.
Dang,
I guess I won't.
what did
Yeah.
she say?
Yeah, now I really want to know. Because if it's like really truthfully that bad that your partner isn't even siding with you. There was also some information on him and his family that he was upset about. So they were having a separate fight about that. I guess my email put into perspective for her how much damage her blog could do to others. She showed me over the video chat that she actually deleted the whole thing. She told me the blogging started out as a place to vent, but when it got more popular, people started emailing her asking for updates on certain characters. Example, her family. And she started seeing hundreds of comments. She became obsessed with it, basically. By the way, you can obsess over listening to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app, and just search up OK Storytime. Dang.
Wow.
Okay. So it started out as just like a place to vent, but then people were like, wait, these characters, you wrote pretty well. What's going to happen in the next chapter? She should have just...
Yep,
You know-
say it. Say it.
She should have just went on episode and created her own episode. Boom. Then, I mean, it would still air out all the stuff and it would still be the same thing, but then you can kind of like choose your path.
Agreed. I feel like she could have done this better if you did need a vent, finding better parallels. Because if it was
She could have just had a diary, you know.
a
But the thing is,
diary,
I
yeah.
think maybe she
one of that validation,
wanted other
yeah.
people to see it.
Agreed.
But
Agreed.
like never thought that it would blow up or anything, like get this big to where she has like thousands of people like asking, oh my God, what happens next? You know?
Right.
So, and it's like, how do I just stop when it's like now people are asking me, you know?
We're getting some motion here, guys.
Yeah. So I could see it. She apologized for sharing my secrets and for being ungrateful about the job. She claimed she was exaggerating in the blog to get more views and likes, and I can see that. Our relationship is damaged but not beyond repair. She is not coming back to work for me. Instead, I'm just sending them a small amount of money to help cover their rent. It's not as much as she was making, but I really do love her and I still want to help her. Once one of them gets a job, they'll be back on their feet. This way, they at least have less stress. Once things start to reopen in our area, she promised to set up a regular therapy appointment where she can vent all she wants and get actual advice, as well as help for what she described as a blogging regular use. I want to thank everyone for the comments. Some of them were harsh and some of them were crazy, but it helped a lot to figure out how I actually felt about the situation. I am planning to delete the original and this post in a day or two, so it'll be fair for both of us.
Now we've read it, and it'll be on the internet forever.
Oops. Ow.
It is really easy to find things that have been deleted. I'll tell you how. It's called the Wayback Machine. You know what I'm talking about, Dakota?
I believe
The
so.
time machine?
It's a Wayback Machine. Sometimes whenever we read Reddit stories and it's been deleted, what we'll do is we'll put that link into the Wayback Machine, and it'll find entries that were saved going back in time, and we might find something that's a couple of years old.
Weird.
So once it's on the internet, guys, it may never be deleted. It has a
Dang.
residency for forever.
That's kind of crazy.
Yep.
Dang, baby.
Yep. I'm just waiting till the day for people to find my Only Dogs fan.
Only dogs.
Yep. Try to run a nonprofit for my dog.
Only dogs.
Yep. But you know how hard it is to get other dogs to subscribe? Dogs don't have money. They only have treats. And they're very
Well.
greedy with those. So it don't work out all
Wait.
the time.
Guys, we had a safety meeting this morning, and now we're like really, really safe,
We're
and
the
no one's.
safest.
There's never gonna be like an accident.
3 points of contact
3 points of contact when going down the stairs.
at all times.
Yes,
You can use another person as the third point of contact, but they have to have their own third point of contact. It's not you.
it's true. Technically, I was the only one who really did it right, which is surprising. And then also how to use a fire extinguisher, but a little baby one.
I still don't believe you. I don't trust you to use that.
I've used one before.
I think you'd be like, where's the where?
You said to take off the black thing and then press the red.
Yeah, I think you'd struggle with the black thing and then just throw the
I mean,
fire
yeah, if it's on there
extinguisher.
really tight, that's their problem, though. That's like when it's
Well,
like
if
break in
you-
case
if
of
you need
emergency.
to put
If I
out
go
a
to break it,
fire, it's your problem. If
What?
it's the fire.
Had to address some things around the house. Make sure everybody's walking here safely.
3 points contact.
3 points of contact.
3 points.
All right. I splurged on my niece that I'm close to and got branded as playing favorites.
well, I don't know. Did you splurge on anyone else?
I, 42 female, have 2 nieces, Jessica and Jane, both of which are 18 female. I've always been a lot closer to Jessica than Jane. So this issue between me and Jane and her mother Mary has been brewing for quite a while. I don't think it's my fault. Part of it is just natural because Jessica and I really enjoy things. But also, Jane often makes the conscious decision to exclude herself, as in, I will invite her, and she says no. But she always gets upset that the end result is that I am closer to Jessica, as does Mary. Now that the girls are older, I find it a lot easier to just ask them up front what they want for Christmas. Usually they both give me a short list of things which they like, and they pick something. Both of them listed a gift cards for shops this year, so I thought, great, I'll buy them each a gift card and a box of chocolates or something. I bought Jane's and then went to buy Jessica's. And here's where I may have effed up. The shop she sent me to was amazing, very expensive. Like I said, we both enjoy the same things, and one of those things is clothes. I mean, me too. I like wearing them.
I like clothes.
I heard you don't like wearing them.
Me too.
I don't like wearing
I
them.
heard you like doing the little no pants dance and running around.
If I didn't have to wear clothes, I wouldn't. But I like clothes. I like how they look.
Is there anywhere you can just not wear clothes?
There has to be a place.
I mean, besides like the nude
Like
beach.
nude beaches.
There's just like a country
And I,
where
like,
it's like
do
I
it
think you can
on
just
the
be
beach.
topless in New York.
Oh my god, I'd love that.
You had to put painting on you, though.
Do you?
Oh.
I don't think
I have
I
to,
don't
like,
even think
paint.
so.
Really?
I think
Honestly,
they
I'll
passed a
paint
law in New
myself.
York that you could just be topless.
I'll
That's
paint
crazy.
clothes on myself. Free.
It's the nudist
Feel the
community.
wind through my crevices,
Oh, through my valleys.
through my hills and
Ugh.
valleys.
One of the dresses in particular was gorgeous, and I knew Jessica would love it. But a gift card for £25, what I got Jane, wouldn't even cover an eighth of the cost. And doodly-doodly-doo. Oh my gosh, £200 is what the dress may be.
Wait, pounds or dollars?
Pounds. 200 pounds.
Yeah, but how much does that equal in dollars?
Remember the game show?
I don't think we did pounds.
We did do pounds.
We did like Turkish money
I think pounds or more.
and Vietnamese.
Vietnamese?
He couldn't say it.
I'm
You're
just
trying to say
Well, because it's
Vietnamese.
like Viet money.
he kept saying Vietnamese.
I accept that as an answer because that's Viet monies.
200 pounds is $263.
Oh no, now I understand because I can relate it back to myself.
Guys, we're so good at math on this podcast.
I can really tell. Anyways, I adored the dress, and my first thought was how excited she'd be to unwrap it. So I ordered it as a bit of an impulse decision. By the way, this comes from Shopaholic A-hole, and if you want to submit your own stories, you know where to go. I'm Riley,
I'm Savannah.
I'm Dakota.
and we're going to read this story goofily. If you have anything you'd like to add, please add it down below. We don't know everything. Opie says, we've had an uncle and aunts group chat where we share what we got for the kids, so there's no crossover. I said that I'd bought a gift card from X shop for Jane and a dress from Y shop for Jessica. A small alarm bell did ring here, but I presumed that, like me, none of the other adults would recognize the brand. However, Mary did some investigating and was fuming that I spent so much on Jessica's gift and accusing me of favoritism, and some others did, perhaps fairly, agreed that it was a crappy way to have such a monetary gap in between the presents.
I mean, I do think that's kind of crappy.
Yeah,
to be
type 1 if you
honest.
think she's the a-hole, type 2 if you don't think so.
Spending $25 like versus $200 on someone else, that's crazy. I know it's pounds, but I'm just putting it into perspective for my whatever. Spending
America!
25 pounds versus 200 pounds is a big difference.
I said I'd get Jane something else for her list, so she'd have a bigger present too. But Mary said that I should buy enough from Jane's list to make up the financial gap. I said that A, I could buy Jane's entire list and not fill the gap, and that B, that makes it a president's, and I just cannot afford that amount of money to go towards every child.
Okay, then don't spend that amount of money. Like, I mean, they're both 18. Why does an 18-year-old need a 200-pound dress?
I'm gonna be real right now. This happened to me and my family.
Really?
Yes, I know my brothers are not gonna be able to see this, but can I go on a story time? It's really effed up.
Yeah. Story time.
My littlest brother Ryder got a PS5 for $100
Wow.
because he could not afford the whole thing, and my uncle bought the rest of the gap.
How much is a PS5? Like, oh, 500. Done.
I know.
So
And I was like, don't tell anyone that this happened. I was like, I don't even have a PS5. And I'm a grown adult.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Now that happens. I mean, Sydney got a phone when I got a phone because it was like buy one, get one free. And I was like,
Right?
everyone had to wait until they were 13. I just turned 13. My mom's like, here's your phone. And then here comes another phone for little sister who's only what? 11, 12, like, I don't know, somewhere in there. And I'm like, no. Why can't she wait? Why can't she wait? But no, whatever.
Since Jane and Jessica are similar in age and there's all the history, I'm happy to add an extra gift. And I did ask Mary if there was something more expensive than she usually expects that I could add to the gift card. So she also gets a big gift. But Mary is still angry and freezing me out. I think she told Jane. The rest of the family is not taking sides as it's now got very messy. I don't know what to do. Am I the a-hole? We have some edits. Some people think she is the a-hole. Some people don't think she is. Dakota, do you think she's the a-hole?
A little.
A little?
I think she is. That's just not fair.
It's not fair.
I mean, you're kind of teaching the lesson like life's not fair. Welcome to adulthood. Life's not fair.
It isn't. And if I were to do this, I would not put it in the group chat. I know no one else in the family is going to do it. If they put it in the group chat and say, hey, I got Jessica this, I'd return the dress. Be like, hey, little something for you on the side. Hee hee hee. I'd
Yeah.
be sneaky like that.
I mean, it just stinks because like she could have went about it in a sneaky way and not had anyone like figure it out and whatnot, but instead she did it like right out in the open. Now everyone's like, excuse me, that's not cool. And now she's getting called out for it. Even if she did do it in privacy, that is playing favorites. It truly is, and it sucks.
Okay, thanks everyone. I can bring myself to return the dress. But I think I'll put it aside as Jessica's parents won't have told her anything and give it to her on another occasion. What I'd like to do is get Jessica something else for about 25 pounds and then her presents will be equal. I also wouldn't be opposed to buying Jane a large gift that she'll really like if someone can direct me to something like that in time. I'm very much hoping that I'm wrong about Mary telling Jane what happened because then she'll probably still feel hurt. But honestly, if Mary has told Jane, I don't think any changes to the gifts themselves would resolve it. I'll order Jessica something else and then call Mary to apologize and check if Jane knows. I think if she does, I'll call her to explain myself and apologize too. Update. Will the family stay together?
I mean, yeah, I think so. I don't think it's that bad that all of a sudden, this is going to cause a whole break in the family dynamic and now everyone's mad at each other or whatever. I think it's just, she is obviously playing favorites.
Do you have a favorite sister?
No, some would say Sine,
Do
but
you have a favorite cousin?
yes. Oh my God, and she's coming here. She's coming here, guys. You're going to meet her.
Wow.
You think I'm crazy and bubbly and fun and unicorn? Yeah. She times 20. Yeah. Just wait. She's so fun.
Wow. It's like meeting Dwight and then understanding that there's a Mose also out there in the world. You feel me? Update. I was able to talk to Mary last night. Unfortunately, I was right about her telling Jane no. And she said that she and her husband had already bought Jane the big things she asked for this year. But I should ask Jane for what else she wanted. Jane says that she doesn't really want anything else and also that she does not want to do anything together. I'm not sure if that's because she generally doesn't like spending time with me or because she's hurt. Probably a combination of both. So I'll try once she's had time to cool down. She's also 18.
Yeah.
Has anyone tried telling the 18-year-old to not care so much about this and to just get over it? Why are you so
No.
greedy? Why are you such a greedy little teenager just to let your sister have something that is more expensive than your
Well,
gift?
She
it's-
doesn't even
You
sound...
little greed monster.
She doesn't sound greedy, though. She's like, I don't really want anything else. I'm good.
She sounds like, "Nyang, nyang, 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 nyang," 'cause she's so greedy. She's a little monster of greed.
She
That's
has-
Clint Balloon.
It's
from
just
Phineas and
Mary being greedy for her. I don't think Jane really cares. I think Jane is April Ludgate in Parks and Rec.
I think you're right. I'm kidding. I think
Did
you're
he
right.
just get felt again?
I'm feeling you up.
Ew.
squeeze harder, please.
I don't like this. Why do I have to be a part of it? We should do a safety and harassment meeting.
I've ordered a pair of 21-pound earrings for Jessica, so her present on the day should be equal, and I'll give her the dress next year, maybe for her birthday, or when she's finished her A-levels or something. Thank you, everyone who made a comment, especially those who offered constructive insight into how I could try and repair our relationship, or how I might have interpreted Jane's feelings incorrectly. Update 2, it's still going, guys.
Dang.
All right, update 2. Thanks to everyone on the last post knocking some sense into me. I gave them equal Christmas gifts. I decided to give Jessica the dress when she got her A-level results. It's been decided that her year won't be taking exams, but she still has results day, so I think it'll be fine. It's a bunch of British talk. I don't know what she's talking about.
Polish British.
She's talking about taking A levels.
Oh, the A-levels whenever we eat our beans and breakfast. Oh, my A-levels. How did your A-levels go today, sir?
Yeah, my A levels went great. Had me baby's yet afterwards.
Oh,
It was
my
nice.
goodness.
What was that?
Wow,
What
how
was
did
that?
your A-levels go?
Very good.
Oh,
Really, really fun.
oh boy, hopefully they
Really
want
liked it.
B-levels.
Do you
Oh,
know
yeah.
that there's a colloquial dish in England called Bobby's Yed, and they call it Bobby's Yed because it looks like a baby's head?
Why don't they just say baby said?
That's what they do say. They say Baba's Yed.
Baba's Yed. Baba's
Baba's
Yed.
Yed.
Baba's Yed.
I sent Jane her 25-pound gift card, Jessica a pair of 21-pound earrings, and some slippers for both.
See, that's better. Obviously, you can't make it... you can't completely make it equal all the time. But sometimes, not 25 pounds and 200 pounds. That's crazy to do.
Many commenters pointed out that Jane had rejected spending time with me during her teenage years, which are typically very turbulent, and that doesn't mean that we can't have an adult relationship. However, Jane was very upset with me still, as her mother had told her about the dress. So my plan was to let things blow over and then try and reach out to her again. She remained understandably hurt leading up to the Christmas period and unfortunately ended up lashing out at Jessica. Ugh. She commented something unkind on an Instagram post, and Jessica naturally retaliated, especially as she was confused as to what her cousin was talking about. On Instagram? What? It turned into a messy online fight, and many of Jessica's friends came to her defense, quite cruelly in some cases, at which point I got a phone call from Mary about how her daughter was being bullied because of mine. Well, you started it, and she finished it.
They are 18-year-old girls, and if they're going to fight, it's going to be online. So, I don't know, but I think it's stupid. The whole thing is dumb. Like, why, you could have just got them similar items and would have been done with it.
Yeah, this is your fault, OP. How dare you, dude? Why?
How dare you, did?
I messaged Jane to check up that she was okay and to ask her to remember that she was angry at me, not Jessica. But she didn't read it. Jane eventually sent a proper apology to Jessica, and I believe that Jane received apologies from some of Jessica's friends. However, they were both naturally very upset about the unkind messages they received, and Jessica was aware that Jane only apologized after their parents spoke. So it remained very tense between them. I felt awful about the fight, so messaged Jane again, reiterating my previous apology. I explained to Jessica that Jane had caught wind that she was receiving a pricier gift this year, as she was obviously very confused, and apologized to her too. Jessica said thank you, but it was Jane's choice to be nasty online, not mine. Jane ignored my message again. Please, 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 please don't ever ignore us. Ever. Because we work very hard, night and day, to post more stories as crazy as this one. Please listen to one. Don't ignore us.
Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app and just search up OK Storytime. Took the words right out of his mouth. That's exactly what happened.
I'm on good terms with both my brothers, Jessica's dad, who generally has little patience with Mary and this topic, and Jane's dad, who was very upset with Jane for what she wrote about her cousin. But Mary has been very cold. Sounds like a great person to be around.
Mary, quite contrary. If you know, you know.
Is Mary's real name Karen?
Quite contrary.
So, you can imagine that between that and the girls, there was some tension on the family Zoom call. Ugh. I received thank you messages from both girls about their gifts. Jessica sent me a selfie of her wearing the earrings, and Jane sent me a screenshot of what she ordered with her gift card. We are in a fresh lockdown, so there's not much point in making any plans. But Jane and I have been texting. She re-apologized, this time for lashing out at Jessica, and things were a lot smoother on the New Year's Zoom call. Thank you very much to everyone who helped me with this.
I like Kim Foyne says, has she considered a blog?
Dude, that would help her so much. Wow. 15-pound earrings is alarming? Yeah, that would rip your ear canal right off.
Rip your 25 pounds earring.
That's what she's talking about.
Guys, who remembers the movie Zathura?
Oh, yeah, the space one?
Space
The
Jumanji.
Space Jumanji?
Space Jumanji with Josh Hutcherson, Dax Shepard, and some other kids.
Zachary Levi.
And Zachary Levi. Wait. No. Yes?
Yes. Look it up.
Zachary Levi is not in the movie Zathura: A Space Adventure.
What?
He died?
No, he didn't die. What are you talking about?
Wait, what
He's
did you
just not in
read?
the movie.
Oh.
You know, he's still on my brain, though, as Zachary Levi, Spaceman. That's all I can see right now.
Why do
But he
I
wasn't
can
in it.
see it too. Why do I see that?
I don't know.
Okay.
My family tried to control my niece's future, so I offered to support her instead.
You're a really nice person.
So in my 35 female family, we have a term, oops baby, for the unplanned family members. This should be a clue that my family sucks. I was an oops baby, and so was my eldest niece.
Oh.
Oops.
So, long story short, my mom was a crappy parent to me, and I recognized the same thing happening with my sister, 44 female, and niece, 23 female. Both were better parents to the other non-oops children. Niece has graduated with a prestigious uni with a good degree, law, and is doing the next stages in her profession. Her parents are trying to steer her to a specific field, and she doesn't want to go that way. I know her, and it won't suit her. Other than letting her vent, I haven't been involved until her parents told her she either does as she is told or they withdraw their support and she will definitely be homeless and would have to give up on her dream anyways.
Oh my God.
Dang. I mean, that's crazy.
The whole law thing doesn't work out. You're going to be homeless now.
Yeah, like, okay.
Holy cow.
Thanks for doing that, parents. She called me up to vent, and I said, I'll support you. Tell my sister to go F herself, and I can support you. Here's where I might be the a-hole. Her parents don't like how competitive her field is. They don't like that her first 3 years are basically unpaid internship, and that she'll be taken away from her family. They say that if she takes their route, it's a guaranteed income of 99% a secure job at the end. By the way, this comes from Suroglum, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
I'm Dakota.
And we're here to talk about some stuff, give some advice, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we don't have all the answers.
No.
We would only tell you what we would do in this situation.
Yeah.
So let us know what you would do down in the comments.
Rah!
As OP says. My boyfriend says I did the right thing and she needs someone to encourage her. But my mom is convinced I'm the a-hole for getting involved and putting her feet on a dangerous path. Am I the a-hole here? There is an edit.
I've seen code not be controlled this much.
Yeah, it does suck to be like, oh, you have to do this career path because we'll pay for this one. And if you do the other one, you won't have a home. And you'll be living on the streets. But at least you'll be doing what you want. Like, okay,
You'll
thank
be
you.
living in Skid Row with needles in your toes and nowhere else to go.
With needles in your toes. Oh, it's so vivid.
I just imagine everyone in Skid Row with needles in their toes. just
They
walking
have
around.
toe needles. Teetles.
Teetles.
Beatles.
You want Teetles, girl?
you
You
want
better know work at the sawmill.
You want titles? There's an edit here. Financially, all of the older adults are secure. We can all afford to support niece for the foreseeable future. Also, boyfriend was aware I'd considered this prior to the offer. Update. So we had a conversation. My first question was, what are her chances of getting through her current year, the biggest bottleneck? And she said her supervisor believes it's close to guaranteed as it could be, and about what she actually needed from me financially, etc.
Whoa.
It was less than I thought. Her internship pays her rent and leaves her with pocket change for other monthly outgoings. She really needs support with utilities and food, and when I looked at her budget, I was impressed with how frugal she has been. Pissed at my sister for making her scrape by. She has a fresh fruit budget in her treats section, for frick's sake.
Oh.
Something I didn't make clear in my initial post is that my family is wealthy. We come from privileged backgrounds and all have good incomes. This was never about financial constraints. I've taken on my niece's bills and increased her allowance, and something I wasn't aware of prior to this is that my boyfriend pays her gym membership.
Wow.
They've known each other for years, and apparently when she left uni and was lamenting losing the cheap gym, he offered her a gym membership for her birthday.
Dude, you got an awesome boyfriend.
Dang.
So this isn't about money. This is about control.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely about control. They're like, nope, you don't get to do that, actually, because we said no.
Dude, you know how clutch it would be to have a kid that's in law? Oh, kid, I was drinking and driving again. Can you get me out of it?
Well, the thing
I got
is,
you, Dad.
they want her to still go into law. It's just like a different section of law. They don't want her to go to the one that she wants to go to because it's super competitive. And they're like, we'd rather you go to the one that secures you a job.
I see.
And she's like, but I don't want to do that one. Anyway, we decided on a video conference with her parents to tell them. The vid, stopping face to face, she thanked them for all they had done for her, thanked them for supporting her, and said she knew they were only wanting to look out for her with their concerns. I stepped in and said I know it's difficult for parents to watch their kids take risks, but that you have to let them try and that I would be supporting niece from now on. My sister snapped. She called me an interfering C-word and said I was leading her daughter astray. Niece stepped in and her mom called her ungrateful and basically said she was a disappointment. Dang. I'm not gonna lie, I lost it. I tore sister a new one, told her she had gone from rich daddy to rich hubby without ever having a job, while I had joined the army and secured a well-paying job on discharge. If anyone was a disappointment, it was her as a mother.
Oh!
Take that C-word. Take that C-word and shove it up your C-word.
Dang, as a person that doesn't have a C-word, I cannot say that C-word.
I like saying that word. It's fun.
You can say it if you can say it in an Australian accent.
What about British?
I guess that one works too.
No. I told her that she was living down to the standard our mother set with me. My niece ended the call. So my mother called and mistreated me a bit, but honestly, I felt like a light had gone on. A few of you asked why I cared what my mother thought, and all of a sudden, I didn't. I'd seen my mother's behavior in my sister, and it felt like the spell broke. I told her to do one and hung up.
Oh, spell broke. I have to keep an eye on that.
I feel bad. My niece may have lost contact with her family, but she seems to feel good about it.
Seems like her life isn't as heavy anymore. Huh.
Yeah, with you lugging around all that baggage. Ooh.
How much does a family weigh?
A lot? I don't know. Are you counting the money bags?
A lot is relative, and I'm not. I'm excluding those.
Well, what
she
kind of
doesn't
family?
have,
Like family of 4 or family of 6?
Her
What?
family.
700 imperial units.
All right, that is a lot. A lot to be lugging around.
I'm proud of her, especially as she was the only one who behaved like an adult in the end. Update 2? Hold on. My niece, boyfriend, and I met up, and she had news.
Uh-oh, she's pregnant.
No, she probably got into, like, the position that she wanted or
Oh,
something.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
She got pregnant.
That would have been like a curveball.
Oops, baby.
I got my own oops, baby, guys. I'm going to treat her way better than you did, mother.
She had made it through the year 1 call and had secured a really good entry position in the team. Basically, she got exactly what she wanted, and it was clear she was really excited and really enjoying her new role.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, universe. Yes, let's go. That's how you do it, everyone. That's how you lock it in.
Any doubts I may have had about this being the right thing vanished, seeing her so happy. We took her out for a meal to celebrate, dropped her home, and boyfriend and I talked about getting her a car as her new role means she can't rely on public transport.
Okay, are we talking about a used car or like a new car?
I mean, they got money, so who knows? Must be freaking nice. Dang.
Is that money?
Yeah, to have money.
Guess what I got?
Poop in his pants. About a fortnight later,
Battle pass.
Yeah. Fortnite Battle Pass. I just
Shit.
out my ass. Booted up my PC.
what?
I don't know anything.
Because I need to get that Fortnite Battle Pass. I love Fortnite. Every night is Fortnite. It's Fortnite at nighttime. You know that song?
No. Who would not? It sounds like a 14-year-old saying it.
He was 12.
He was 12.
Your Honor,
He was
he's
12.
12.
About a fortnight later, I get a call late at night. It was a hospital telling me my mother is in the hospital and it doesn't look good. Apparently, I'm down as her ICE number. I have no idea why. Maybe because I'm medical? Maybe to mess with? I call the rest of the family and make my way to the hospital. Boyfriend drives me because I was post 14-hour shift. In hospital, mom is awake, but her numbers are crap and it's obvious she's on the way out. She uses her final words to me to tell me I'm a disappointment, that I ruined not only my life, but now my niece's, and I've spoiled another mother-daughter relationship. I say nothing and walk out. She passed away a few hours later.
This is as wild as me saying, oh, she's pregnant, the niece. What kind of turn of events is this? What the hell? Bro!
Crazy.
Using your last breath to tell your daughter this.
What I would honestly do is I'd probably have to immediately spawn some sort of delusion where I'm just like, that wasn't really her. That was just the end of her. You know, when people are at the end of their life, sometimes they just say like ridiculous things.
But she has been saying that ever since she was
We'll just
born.
ignore that part though. We'll just pretend that it was, oh, there's just a nice funny little what you meant to say was
She meant to
I
say
love
that-
you.
And I'm so proud of the woman you've
Yeah.
become.
The deadness is getting to her head. She's just,
It's all that head talk.
It's all the nice parts of her brain died first.
We're going to get dragged. Oh, I would have said, the only disappointment here is you, Mom. And then walked out.
oh, that would have left her head.
It's disappointing that I have to that I have to look at you still. Go. It's disappointing that I was your emergency contact because I don't like you.
Disappointed that you only made it to 72.
God, we're gonna bag on this old woman.
Wait, dude, she's bagging on OP with her
That's
last breath.
true. That's true.
Come on.
At the end of his life, my dad said, "Yerg."
Maybe he was trying to say he wanted yogurt.
Yeah.
Aw.
He forgot the UTR.
He said, I want yogurt.
Death is funny. Death has a way with things.
By the way, you can take home full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app, and just search up OK Storytime. We are right there, guys.
Guys, we keep getting really funny things
My
in the
dad
chat.
died from a massive brain bleed. His last words were to me, he said, "Laura, I gotta take a
Tell us in the comments the last words your family said to you. As long as they were funny.
I've never been in the room with someone who is like going to pass away. I've always wanted to though.
Really?
Yeah, because
What?
I heard like they make like a gurgly noise.
You got a loaded shotgun on you?
I'm sorry. You said you always wanted to see because they
do a
make a
little
gurgly noise?
Yeah, it's like they like kind of choke on their like
So
I don't know their
You
self.
really got to get
you just
checked
want to
out.
see someone go.
I just want. Well, they don't depict it in movies. I'm just curious.
Did you know they poop themselves after?
Yeah, everything just comes out.
Because your bowels release. Anyway, that's what you should have said to your mom. You should have been like, well, you're going to poop your pants later.
Well, you're
so-
Guess who can still poop in a toilet? This girl. Let's finish it up. I called my niece to tell her. She checks I'm okay, and boyfriend puts me to bed. I wake up to a phone showing multiple 99 plus missed calls and messages from sister, a few from other siblings, saying that now I've put my mother in an early grave, I should give up on my niece. Boyfriend was on the phone with niece who had received similar calls. A few days later, my sisters, too, show up at door with an aunt to barge in and berate me. I'll admit I slipped a bit because I reverted to the 16-year-old I once was, sarcasm and bile. Oh, so you just said some things and threw up?
Goodness, great. Wait, keep going.
Boyfriend stepped in and threw them out physically with oldest sister. So now I'm legally no contact with my family. Nieces too. We've got niece in a wee city car, and we are both going to therapy after all this.
Oh my god.
We are making light of a horrible situation.
This is so bad. You put mom in an early grave? What? I think her perspective in life put her in an early grave.
Yeah, I think her overall health did that. And also, that's horrible. I think that this is a horrible situation to be in, and I'm glad that you're now going legally no contact. And I think it's good to do with the niece too. I think these people are crazy.
Yeah.
The money has gone to their head maybe. I'm not really sure what's wrong. But you know what they say, money doesn't make you happy. It could just buy you things that can give you temporary happiness.
Would you recommend this to anyone?
Recommend what?
This life experience?
This life experience? No, I don't recommend it. To everyone be an oops child and have a horrible life? No, I don't recommend that.
You're a good person.
Thanks. But that's the end of the story, and we have some comments. These comments are from my boyfriend offended my family. My dad went crazy. This was posted on April 1st, 2026. This is the TLDR for story 1. OP opened his front porch to his daughter's boyfriend, who showed up to a family dinner wearing a t-shirt with a crude, disrespectful slogan across the front. Instead of blowing up or making a scene, OP quietly pulled 2 20s from his wallet, handed them over, and sent the kid to Walmart to come back in something respectful. No audience, no yelling. But the next day, his daughter said the boyfriend felt disrespected, and OP started wondering if he had handled it all wrong. What comes next flipped the whole thing on its head. If you're curious to know the full story, you can go watch the full video.
Wow. I remember that story.
Me too.
I don't.
Honestly changed my life.
Well, we've got some comments here by Ninak188. Ninak says, no, you are not the a-hole. You're showing the men or boys around your daughter that you're not taking anything less than the highest respect for you or your daughter. Your daughter should be thankful because this could dictate how men treat her forever.
Yep.
People will see what boundaries they can cross and take advantage. You're showing there's a line and he will not cross it, and you did it the best way. You could have booted him out altogether, and I still would think you're not the a-hole. He made a booty hole out of himself.
Tell him. I agree with that statement.
He's a booty hole man, self-made booty hole man. Booty holeionaire. Comment 2 from Chess Super Elo. Says, great dad, definitely not the a-hole. And we liked that one. Victoria Felix says, the father of the first story handled it with tact and grace. So, deaf not the noisome quoit. Comment for Tanzanite. That's a nice gem. I actually think you handled it great. No one with a brain would wear this to their girlfriend's house.
I know.
This was not a bad way to handle it. It was really kind of you.
It was sweet and lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, that's the end of the episode.
So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.
Hey, don't leave yet. We've got some stories that we think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for the next one.
I think my wife is having an affair, so I hired a private investigator. Everyone needs one. My wife is cheating on me. Things have been off with my wife. We have been together for 15 years and married for 5. We have a 14-month-old, and things have been rough since he was born, with them getting a lot worse in the last few months. She's gotten face injections and has gone through weight loss that would point to substance use. She's been protective of her phone and generally dodgy. By the way, this comes from throwaway09836478, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, I confronted her and was completely gaslit to the point that I set an appointment with a therapist because I thought I was being paranoid and insecure and had to figure out why I felt the way I did. She's a good gaslighter.
Yeah, send someone to therapy.
Yeah.
Put your best gaslighters in the comments below. Who kept the therapist employed? Let us know.
She went to the mountains yesterday saying that she needed a weekend to herself and she wanted to go snowboarding and get a full night's rest away from the fussing baby, and it didn't feel right. She went back on birth control without discussing it with me. She went and got face injections. She went and got waxed and asked me to put the board rack on her roof despite claiming she was the only one going. Wow. So many signs. There were too many red flags for me to not hire a PI. The PI immediately secured photographs and video of the affair. Turns out she's effing her boss. They're up there until Sunday, probably still effing right now. I feel like a fool. We've all hung out multiple times. Oh, I'm so mad that she could blow up not just our lives, but the life of our 1-year-old. I'm stuck having to deal with her because of her shared son for essentially the rest of my life. I contacted a lawyer to file for divorce and plan to confront her when she gets back, but the divorce isn't likely to process for over a year. This is going to for a long time. I confronted my wife about her affair. I found out that my wife was having an affair with her boss. For context, we have been together for 15 years, married for 5, and have a 15-month-old son. I found out while she was going on a girls' trip that she actually went and picked up her boss and spent the weekend in an Airbnb. I have been suspecting infidelity for a while and even confronted her about it, but was completely gaslit. I thought there was a problem with me. I made and went to appointments with the therapist to figure out why I had so much trouble trusting my partner and couldn't get the feeling that there was something wrong to go away. When she left for her trip, I made the decision to hire a PI and thought that the apology for the betrayal of not trusting her while getting validation that I was just being paranoid would be easier to deal with than not knowing. After not even 45 minutes on the clock. Ooh.
No.
Ooh. The PI had
freaking-
photos and video of her picking him up, them very casually kissing, and finally ending the night going into the Airbnb. 45 minutes on the clock. Dang.
Dude didn't even get paid hourly.
Dang. Well, presumably he's kind of stayed the whole day.
Who knows, man? If you have photo evidence that quickly, dude, I'm just saying this PI is too good at what he does.
He's too good. You're too quick. I got this confirmation on a Friday and she didn't come home until Sunday morning. The whole time she was gone, she texted and called and went on like nothing was up. I had a small breakdown after finding out, and the first person I called was my therapist. Having an established therapist is one of the silver linings of the gaslighting. The second phone call I made was to my sister, who lives in the same state but a while away. She came up and was there for me and helped me to stabilize. My next thoughts were how to move forward and set myself up to be out of the house, but still be in a position to have my son for at least 50% of the time. I'm going to outline my actions quickly in case, God forbid, anyone else finds themselves in a similar situation. I contacted my hunting buddy and asked him to take my rifles and bow. I didn't want any claims of unsafe space from my wife, citing the rifles being in the house, even though I keep them in a safe.
Smart.
Bought and installed a nanny cam for the confrontation. I didn't want any claims of DV or abuse to come down to he said, she said. I live in a one-party consent state, so this was a no-brainer. I found a furnished month-to-month rental, needed to accommodate working from home and have 2 bedrooms and be in a good enough area that there could be objections. Dang. Found a short-term Airbnb to bridge the gap between then and when my month-to-month lease would start. Had to check the same boxes as the month-to-month rental. Talked to a therapist, as crazy as it sounds. Figuring out what you want in this situation feels impossible. Are you willing to allow your spouse to steal your ability to live with your son for 50% of his life between 1 and 18 plus? That's 9 years.
Dude, he just turned like 2 months ago.
Not seeing the decision to leave as your decision is so much harder than you believe, and it effing sucks. Practice, practice, practice. I laid out the conversation to be 3 to 5 minutes to avoid escalation. I laid it out as, I know about the affair. I'm not ready to talk. I'm moving out while I figure out a path forward. We need to have a conversation about how we're going to handle custody of our son in the short term while I figure out a path forward. Play it through your mind or out loud and do that through a number of expected responses. Expect them to be angry, sad, mad, denial. Try to work it around to be your fault. Don't try to win, but you cannot lose. This is way more important if there is a kid or kids that you plan on fighting for. Don't get petty. Don't set their crap on fire. Don't go out of your way to piss them off. You're going to have a relationship with this person for the rest of your life through your relationship with your son. Crap is already going to be really hard. Don't make it harder, and don't give them any ammunition to bring up or use against you. Whoa, this guy laid it out.
I'm going to write a book about how to react when you get cheated on with a kid that's 14
I'm going
months
to
old.
cite this guy.
That's all
He
him.
knows exactly what to do step by step. And it's really nice that he's going through this with this therapist, because you can tell this is like
A lot of work
laid
has
out,
been done here.
Yeah, which is excellent. This is what you should be doing. You shouldn't be like, especially when you have kids.
Oh, yeah.
With that partner, you do, like, that was an excellent point. You do need to have a relationship with them. You have to figure out how to co-parent effectively, and it's not, you can't just be like, oh, your parent did this, and like, oh, I hate your parent. Like, you don't want to influence your biases about your partner onto your kid. So great work, OP.
That'd be so hard, though.
Like, this is a person who hurt you really bad, and usually, you're telling everyone, oh, I hate that person. But now you got a kid. But there is more to this story. Unfortunately for me, I didn't expect the no response.
That's crazy, because she always would gaslight him.
She's always like, bah. My wife sat there and said nothing. Not, I'm sorry. Not, it was a mistake. Not copping to it. Just a blank slate. In the days since, I have continued to see my therapist and identified the gaslighting and emotional abuse that has been taking place in the months leading up to discovering the affair. This is apparently very common in instances of infidelity, as it gives the cheater justification to their actions, helps them sleep at night. Even now, I feel my wife is trying to manipulate me into taking her back and working it out for the sake of our son. I don't trust her, and what's worse is I don't trust myself to talk to her about what happened. I'm afraid of getting gaslit again and feel like the whole thing was my fault. I set time on Monday with the marriage counselor to finally have the conversation on what's happened and how we can try to move forward as co-parents for our son. She has already tried to claim that this was the first time and a mistake. I don't believe her, but also don't have proof that she's lying. Not sure how I'm going to handle that on Monday. I can't imagine a path forward that involves staying married with her. I also can't imagine forfeiting being there for half of my baby's life without being able to look them in the eye when the time comes and tell them that I tried everything that I could to be there for them. This is going to for a while. Don't cheat. And there is a second update. This guy, knows what he needs to do, which is sad, but it's good that you have a plan and you just got to stick to it no matter what your wife says, because she's in the wrong. And
buddy. So
100%. Don't let her trick you.
Yeah, because if she's lying that this is the first time and a mistake, you could get her phone and see the call logs.
Yeah. But also, regardless if this was the first time, it clearly was ongoing.
Yeah.
And also, she didn't own up to it and she gaslit you about it. So the fact that it happened once is enough. But there is another update to the story. A while back, I wrote about catching my wife in an affair with her boss. Let's call him Benny. And her, Chrissy. I've had a crazy amount of DMs asking me if I was all right and asking for updates. So I'm going to drop this last post before deleting the account. If you want the background, you can check my post history. I'm not going to rehash it all again. Also understand that this is not a complete history. It's been a long 8 months. Whew. Very shortly after I moved out, I had a friend tell me that Chrissy went out to dinner with his wife and the wife of another friend of mine who were her friends. He said that she got wasted, told them what happened, and then when they weren't sympathetic, invited Benny out with them. Said that it was a whole scene and she was all over him. She later admitted that she went and spent that night at his house, but swore up and down that they didn't sleep together and spent the night on his couch. Swore that she felt alone and like none of her friends cared about her and didn't want to be alone at the Airbnb. At the time, we were switching off, staying at the marital home when it was our days with our son, and the other would F off to an Airbnb. We went to see a therapist at that time. Oh, okay. So they have split and she and the boss are still getting together.
Still getting together. He's being very nice and letting her stay at the Airbnb so he can go to his home.
We went to see a therapist at that time. Therapy went the way of straight trickle truthing. She would wait to see what I knew, copped only that, and swear there was nothing else. She swore that the time I caught her, which she spent an entire weekend with him in an Airbnb, was the first and only time. She cried and begged for me to believe her and give her another chance and take her back. She said that he was old and she didn't find him attractive and called him short and said it was just a mistake. She said that it wasn't about him, but rather what she was going through, and he was just a symptom. She said that she'd do anything. I said she had to tell me the truth, and she refused to budge from her original story. So after hitting a brick wall in couples therapy and her refusing to tell me the truth about what happened, I said I couldn't keep going. I signed a long-term lease and tried focusing on myself with the understanding that we would try therapy again in a few months. We continued to split custody 50-50, and Chrissy made a legit effort to try to help me settle into my new place. We started going through mediation for a divorce. Why start mediation if we're planning on trying therapy again? What we said out loud was because it takes forever, and if therapy went the same way as the first time, we didn't want to be stuck in limbo longer than we had to be. A couple of months into mediation, the mediator asked us if we had seen a therapist that specializes in infidelity. We said that we had seen a couples therapist, but not a specialist. She said that she had some referrals if we were interested. Chrissy said she was, and that she'd be willing to go if I would agree to it. I agreed to it as well. With how far we got through mediation, it felt like it was then or never. What is this infidelity therapy? Are they going to
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, are they
before.
going to pressure them to, I don't know, they're going to be like, you guys should get back together.
I think like there's something wrong with your ear and you have to go to the ear doctor to fix it.
Yeah, and they're
It's
like,
that.
oh, we can fix this ear. Or it's like, nope, you're going to lose your hearing.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of going to like the doctor that checks you all up, it feels like that. I didn't know that was the thing though.
I didn't know that either. Going in to see the specialist, I had given our marriage a 5% shot at surviving the year. But Mr. Throwaway, how could you not be 100% done after knowing that she was still lying about the affair? The plain answer is I wanted to believe that she would show up and tell the whole truth and ask for forgiveness for what she had done and for not being able to come clean the first time. This is interesting because it seems like if she had told the full truth, he would have been willing to maybe figure out a way to work together again, but she just can't.
There's some integrity behind that because he's still willing to give his marriage everything, but she's not. Even if there was like a limbo of not giving the marriage everything, he still wants her to commit 100%. And that starts with telling the whole truth.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth. I think I would have seen a path, albeit a long one, back to trying to make our family whole. Also, the prospect of missing half of your son's life when they're so young is difficult to face down, and just say that's 100% off the table. So we have a joint introductory session with the specialist, and then a week later, an individual one. It was after that I was given information that Chrissy had still been seeing Benny. I didn't believe it. I looked into it and checked with a few other sources and then was presented with indisputable evidence that she not only had continued to see him, but had brought him around our son multiple times. Ew.
She's saying one thing in therapy and then lying right to your face.
I haven't mentioned it, but we had an agreement that we would communicate to each other and get sign off if anyone outside of family was going to be introduced or hang out with him. She had broken this agreement. I was crushed. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't understand it. Why agree to see the specialist if you've been seeing Benny? Why not just file and move forward? It felt like some sociopath crap. I flat out asked her if she had been seeing Benny in an accusatory tone, and she said that she had. I asked if she had brought him around our son, and she straight lied and said that she saw him when she didn't have our son and after our son had fallen asleep. I asked why she would agree to see the specialist if she had been seeing Benny. Why not just go through with the divorce? She said that she didn't want our son to grow up in a broken home. I lost it. I said some mean crap that I honestly can't remember, but was along the lines of her being just like her mother, and hung up. Then the fishing began. She texted and asked questions and tried denying without being specific about what she was denying, with lines like, "You jumped to an awful lot of conclusions there." She tried gaslighting me into thinking that it wasn't a big deal. I thought you'd be more pumped to not have to go through any more therapy and make me be the one that called it quits. I honestly am appalled that you've taken the stance that you have.
Hang, dude.
She's leaning hardcore into the gaslighting. She's like, that's crazy that you want to divorce me for this. Wow.
What? She's pulling all the cards she has because she knows she's losing.
She's going to lose him.
Crazy.
It's coming. I can feel it in my bones. I started thinking on why I was so upset. I said to myself that the odds of therapy working out and her coming clean about the whole thing were low. This was the likely outcome. I wondered why I would agree to go back despite being told that she spent the night with him again after the first time that I caught her. I started taking long walks at night when I didn't have my son to think on the whole thing. I reflected on this for a while and came to the conclusion that I was upset that I felt like she chose him over me, and that made me feel worthless. I ignored a lot of the crap in an attempt to not feel worthless. After a few more walks, I came to the conclusion that that just wasn't true. She begged me to take her back on her terms, and I had refused her. She didn't choose him. She was stuck with him. There we go. He's realizing his worth. He's like, no, I denied her. I rejected her. Just because she's coming crawling back to me doesn't make me the problem.
We're going to be seeing a huge glow up with OP.
Oh, yeah. Benny is sending his kid from his last marriage off to college. If he sticks around, he'll be collecting Social Security by the time Chrissy and my son are out of the house. He's supposed to trust her knowing how they met, and she's supposed to trust him knowing that infidelity doesn't bother him. Plus, imagine the anxiety that would wash over you when people ask how they met. That's the thing. When people are like, get with their affair partners.
Yeah. How'd you guys meet?
Oh, I was married at the time. We were at a bar and then we started sleeping together on the down low.
Just the talk of how people met when they're in a relationship with someone else is like, you know, if it's like boyfriend, like, oh, I was with someone else, like a boyfriend at the time, and then I met, and then we became friends and blah, blah, blah. Cool. But marriage in the context of anything marriage-wise, meeting someone else that you're going to be together with later on, and explaining that, that's where I'm like,
I got you. I see what you're saying. She took away any doubt that moving forward with the divorce is the right thing. I'm stuck co-parenting with her, but I get to do that from a place of having seen her and can go into it with eyes wide open. And I want your guys's ears to be wide open so that you can listen to more full episodes with stories like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime. But there's a little bit left to this story. Do you have any final thoughts?
OP said everything that I was thinking and more.
Hopefully soon ex-wife is the worst and she's a stinky little cheater and she's a gaslighter and she's not worth it.
This is what I hope for. I hope that you have more custody of your child because it seems like that's very important to you. And you can use this information that you have to get more of it.
That's true. But there is a little bit left to the story. If this seems disjointed, it is. I wrote this over several sittings and did it for myself to help with introspection as much as anything. But by the time I was done, I figured there wasn't any harm in changing the names and giving a last update. To those that reached out with support, even though I didn't respond, please know it was appreciated. For those that only reached out to ask for updates out of what I assume to be morbid curiosity, I'd recommend some long walks and a bit of introspection. And to Chrissy, if you see this, please know that you are just like your mother and you're going to end up just like her. Dang! Opie's like, and stab with words.
Apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
But that is the end of that story.
I just found out my wife had an affair 5 years ago and that my son isn't biologically mine.
That's rough, buddy.
So 2 weeks ago, I found out that my 5-year-old son isn't biologically mine. I feel so hurt and betrayed that my wife of 6 years relationship for 9 cheated on me and even got pregnant by another man. I took a paternity test without telling my wife. By the way, this comes from throwaway 47261717. And if you want to submit your own stories, please submit them at r/OK Storytime subreddit. So immediately, I confronted my wife and called her a whore.
Oh, dang. He's wasting no time.
In my anger and many other names. She started crying and explained that she hid it because she didn't want to break our happy family of 3. I asked her why she did cheat on me. She explained we had a very nasty argument back in the day, so she hooked up with someone and it was just one-time fling and has been loyal to me ever since.
Loyalty would have been telling him, not keeping it a secret for 5 years.
She said she had doubts that I wouldn't be the father, but she never took the paternity test and said she was happy seeing me happy and didn't want to go with the termination for peace of our family and didn't tell me the truth. I told her I am divorcing and I don't want to be in our son's life. She started crying and begging me not to break the family and that I am still his father. I have been a wonderful father and a husband. I should forgive her and don't let DNA, in air quotes, destroy our lives, and started begging me. I immediately left and she was blowing up my phone. I decided at first not to tell anyone else, but in the end, I got very angry and decided to tell everyone. Everyone is pissed at my wife. I say if something like this happens, you say it to everyone.
So that they can't say that you cheated.
Her parents said they want nothing to do with their daughter and cut contact. My sister furiously called my soon-to-be ex and cursed her out. Her brother and sister, on the other hand, said I have humiliated my soon-to-be ex and shouldn't have told everyone and should have kept it between us. Yesterday, her sister called me and said I need to take her back and come back for my son. I said, I don't have one. She got angry and started cursing me and said, I'm a weak, pathetic man. No wonder my wife cheated on me. And I am so pathetic, I had to go behind my wife's back to take a paternity test because I am insecure and weak that I am giving up on my son. And just because we don't share blood, and I am the reason my wife is alone and depressed. I cut her call instead. I called her husband and told him everything. I said that family's full of nut jobs. Maybe it runs in their blood. You should take a paternity as well and don't trust those itches. Oh. He said he's sorry on his wife's behalf and we ended the call. Now I'm ignoring all my wife and that itches calls.
I just feel really bad for the kid. This poor 5-year-old who's losing everyone in his family.
I decided to do a paternity because my sister asked me to. She asked me multiple times, but I brushed it off. I never, ever thought of my wife to cheat on me, let alone getting pregnant by another man. My sister is my best friend and has always looked out for me. She said I should do a paternity test because my son doesn't look like me at all. I said he looks like his mom, but she forced me, and I'm glad she did. She was so heartbroken seeing me cry on her and angry at my wife. I must have hugged her for hours and cried because I truly loved my son, but he reminded me of my wife's cheating and made my pain worse. Hot take, you know what? I'll say it. You Facebook people can get mad at me. Gut me for all I care. This is when we learn to forgive others. This is a tremendous and horrible mistake that happened. Not mistake, but thing that happened. Understand? But you gotta learn forgiveness so you can take your son in.
Divorce her. Divorce your wife.
Dude, I'd be praying. I'd be asking for God's help on this one too. For the kid. This is beyond you, but you have to do this for the kid. You can't abandon the kid just because of something your wife did. Anyway, after reading some comments about how my son is a victim just like me and all of this, I decided not to cut him off completely right away because it might mentally scar him. I called my wife and she picked my call right away. I said I'm coming over to meet my son. She cried and said she's glad I am coming over. I asked her if the itch is still with her. She said she is. I asked her to tell her not to talk to me, otherwise I'll punch her filthy mouth.
Oh, I don't like that. No.
She said itch will not interact with me. When my son saw me, he was very happy. He instantly hugged me. He asked me where I was for so long. I picked him up and said I was working. I played with him for an hour and gently explained to him that I will be away frequently, but will visit you and be in contact. He didn't like the news, so to cheer him up, I said I will prepare a very good surprise for his birthday. Not sure what I'm going to do, but I'll figure it out. It's in December, so I'll figure something out. Anyway, after he went outside to play, I talked to my wife. My wife instantly latched onto me and hugged me and started crying. She asked me to come back to her, not to give up on our son and on her over a mistake. She wanted to terminate, but she didn't because I was happy and she's been loyal to me ever since then. Okay, that's what I don't like is she's like, you were happy so I didn't terminate and I've been loyal ever since then.
The thing is, at the end of the day, not only did you cheat, you lied about it. So you weren't loyal. Like lying about something that big, not loyalty. It doesn't matter if you didn't continue to do it.
Yeah.
You were disloyal for 5 years because you didn't own up to that mistake.
I even got more angry and grabbed her arm and yelled at her that she destroyed me and her son's lives. When he finds out the truth, he won't love you as much as he loves you now. I came to you every single night. Where did it all go? But a random man and you once and you got pregnant? We both know I'm not infertile. I told her I wanted to tell every single person about the truth. Your friends, your family, your friend's friend, the whole effing neighborhood, and every single one of her family members, even if they live in effing China, even to those you haven't talked to in years, and every single one of your future partners. She started crying and shaking. I told her I won't, and I wanted to exact my vengeance upon her But if I do it, it will hurt the innocent child and ruin him. I said, do not misunderstand. I am doing it for him, not for you. She said, I am the love of her life and she can't live without me, and she will wait until I calm down, and she will fight for me. She will not let her family break just because of a mistake she made, and she will give me as many kids as I want, and she herself will do a paternity test. And she started kissing me and my face desperately. I pushed her and said, you are delusional. You're acting as if you ruined my car or something. I would have forgiven you for anything else, but this is a betrayal to your husband and your own child. I yelled at that filthy itch of a sister to get her professional help. She's going crazy. Before she could say anything, I left because I want her to be as mad as she can possibly get.
Man, dude.
Everyone's the a-hole here.
You gotta go to therapy.
Anger management.
This is not good. Like, obviously, this is a really intense situation, but, like, not a good way to handle it.
There's two things here. Would have been better if he left and didn't come back for the son. Because if he interacts with the mom like this, he will scar the son.
Absolutely. He's calling people bees. The thing is, if you are going to be in your son's life, if you realize, you know what, I do want to be in the son's life, you're going to have to figure out how to interact with his mom in a way that is respectful, regardless of your feelings and emotions for her. Right as they are, like, you can be angry, but you cannot express that physically or, you know, shouting at her. That's just not going to work.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. After I came back, I sent a text to my wife that I will be visiting her for my son frequently, but I'm only thinking about him and nothing else. And don't make it all worse than it already is. Think about him and be a good mother. I'm now living with my sister, and she has given me full support and hugs me until I calm down, even if it takes me hours. I will start divorce proceedings, and I am his father, so it's likely I will escape child support. And even if I do have a moral obligation to be in his life, and with the effing whore, both sisters are a-holes, maybe it runs in their blood. And we got an update. Maybe this guy cools down.
Dude, this is why people are calling you misogynistic in the comments.
Who knows? Goodness gracious.
This is also, like, this is not him, you know, right after. This is him typing this out. So, like, he's taking a minute.
Update 2. It's been a month since I found out that my son isn't mine. I sought therapy. I love my son even though he isn't mine biologically, but I love him. I always did and always will. In my anger, I called names to my wife, which I didn't want to, but she betrayed me. And my sister-in-law, she definitely deserved it because she called me weak and treated me like crap after I found out the truth. I realized that it's better if I just make peace with everyone after lots of sessions.
Therapist.
This guy did calm down.
He's like, I probably shouldn't have done that. Even though they deserved it. I probably shouldn't do that going forward.
Yeah. And be in my kid's life. I don't know why I'm getting angry messages about how I went too far and my situation is fake and I should forgive my wife. Well, I agree. I was angry because it's a betrayal worse than cheating. In any case, I am posting once again because I truly tried my best. I discussed with my sister-in-law. Thankfully, she wasn't hostile. We apologized to each other and we still don't like each other, but that's okay.
That's okay. You don't have to like her. You just have to be able to speak with her without calling her an itch.
That's nice. I like this. I visit my home every few days. My sister-in-law and my wife and my son live in my house. I'm tolerating it all because of my child, and I just want a clean divorce from my wife. My wife would always hug me. I stopped pushing her away because it never worked. I just let her hug me and let her vent. She keeps venting about how sorry she is and wants me back, but I always told her that I'm here for my son. She cries, but doesn't say much in front of our son, thankfully. But 3 days ago, when I visited my son to spend time with him, I absolutely adore him. He always gets excited whenever I come back to meet him. I told my wife that I've hired a lawyer in my son's absence, of course. My wife freaked out and said I shouldn't split our family apart because she said my son might not have my DNA, but he's my son and she's my wife, and we can make it work and live happily. And she'll give me as many children as I want.
Girly, no. What? This is weird. That would annoy me. It's like, OP is still saying that he wants to be in his kid's life now. He's not splitting the family apart. You did that. Like, this woman did that. No, I would just say, because I don't want OP to like lash out again. But I would say, hey, like, you need to stop. You should go to therapy. We're not getting back together. I want to continue to be in our son's life, and we need to figure out a way to move forward as co-parents. Yeah, and maybe that's like, kind of a couples counseling kind of thing, but not for the purpose of getting back together, but for co-parenting.
Yeah.
Because it is very frustrating for him to continue to try and
put
it on you when she made the mistake.
I left after she vented. I am still angry at my wife and my sister-in-law, but I am in control of my anger. Her family kept calling me and telling me that I should give my wife another chance, and I should be a good husband, and she will be a good wife to me. But when I refused, they said there's a chance I won't be able to see my son, which got me scared. I love my son, even though he isn't mine, and he loves me as I am his father. But what if I'm not allowed to see him? What if they flip the situation? That's what I'm worried about. It's not about me, but the child's mental health, and I fear that they are weaponizing it, and I don't want that. Am I the a-hole if I stay with my wife for my son and help him? And update 3.
I don't think that you have to worry about, I mean, from what I know about other stories, you should probably be fine in terms of custody, because I'm assuming that you're on the birth certificate.
Yeah.
And you've been here for 5 years. So I'm assuming you'll be fine in that. Like, they probably, that should work in your favor. Don't let them convince you. Talk to a lawyer, I would say. See what your options are, because you can probably still have custody of your son because of the birth certificate situation.
Exactly. Update 3. Not going to lie, it's been a rough couple of months. I wanted to just run away from all of this, even abandon my son, even though he isn't mine. But I didn't want to suffer, so I tried. Since then, I visit him a lot. I moved out, but I kept visiting him. But my wife would try her best to make me stay, and her a-hole sister is no joke, but I tolerate it all for my son. But this Christmas, after I celebrated it with my son, my wife and her sister and her family sat me down to talk. They wanted me to reconcile, but not give up on my family. My wife said she made a mistake years ago and there's nothing she can do to change it, and she wants to stay with me. I told her that that isn't possible, and I'm doing all of this for him, not for you or any of you. But they all said that they have been living peacefully, and I have a loving family. I love my son even though he isn't mine, and I should not break the family. Instead, take my time and forgive my wife and live like we were living before. Past is past, and I should forgive her because she's been faithful to me ever since, and she will give me my own child. After all that they said, I decided there's nothing else I can do. I told them all that what my wife did is betrayal, not just cheating, but making me raise another man's son. I tried my best not to complicate and thought I did everything for my son. And we could do more for you if you come to wherever you listen to podcasts and check us out. Just type OK Storytime in the search bar on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, and check us out there. But it seems like he's folding here. I got a lot of pressure.
I know. I'm like, no, dude, go talk to a lawyer. Go talk to a therapist. Don't let them pressure you into doing something that is not right for you or the kid, honestly.
Yeah, facts. I told them that I'm leaving and filing for divorce and giving up on my son, and I left. They tried to stop me and still send me texts and calls me, but I ignore them. I've decided to file, talk to a lawyer. My stance is either that I get full custody of him or I give up on him. I am not really concerned about child support, but it's kind of painful for me. I tried my best to give my son a better life, even though he isn't mine, and wanted him to have both parents in his life, but she's making it difficult. If he ever needs my help or wants to reconnect with me, I will help him. I already know that most likely the custody is going to his mother. And that is it.
I'm like, he's like, I can't do 50-50 at all because I don't want to be in her life at all. He's probably not going to get full custody. If anything, we get 50-50.